In considering the Church's pastoral care of its members who need special help, Pope Francis asked a question that surfaced repeatedly at the Synod of Bishops since the 1980s. It became a key question at both recent synods on the family, but also in the Pope's regular teaching.
Come prenderci cura di coloro che, in seguito all'irreversibile fallimento del loro legame matrimoniale, hanno intrapreso una nuova unione.
The fruit of the Church's consideration of this question was included in Pope Francis's apostolic exhortation Amoris Laetitiae. Cardinal Lorenzo Baldisseri and Cardinal Christoph Schönborn spoke about the document at the Vatican News Conference April 8th.
Per accompagnare e integrare le persone che vivono in situazioni cosiddette irregolari, è necessario che i pastori le guardino in faccia una per una.
There are all kinds of elements in this discussion. The truth, the teaching, then the personal situation, then you come to culpability. And isn't the judgment of conscience on your state of soul a question of culpability? And you can only make that in light of your understanding of what the teaching is, and then the condition that you're in, and then you make a judgment, mindful that judgment has to be fully compatible with where the Church's teaching is. But now you're talking not about dissolving a marriage, not about an annulment. You're talking about, before God, how culpable am I in my present situation? And that's not a judgment the priest makes for you. That's not some permission you get from the priest. But vis-a-vis God, and as St. Paul says, if you present yourself for communion, it's on your conscience that any judgment will fall. You cannot make a conscientious judgment without reference to the objective truth of the Church. Otherwise, your conscience is basically your feeling, your sensitivity, your subjective arrival at a conclusion. Conscience, forming of conscience, and making a judgment about your culpability before the law, before the commandments, before the teaching is very different. It's making a personal appraisal in prayer, under the guidance of the Holy Spirit, aware, fully aware of what the obligations of, I would say, the moral law, and then also canon law, call you to. Sometimes it's necessary to highlight, in our culture today, there is such a thing as an objective moral order. And today we also have to highlight the Church is saying, even in face of that, and with your struggle with that, you're still part of the family.
Non si dovesse aspettare dal Sinodo o da questa esortazione una nuova normativa generale di tipo canonica applicabile a tutti i casi. Molti si aspettavano in effetti una tale norma. Resteranno delusi.